Yo, what's up, good people? Thanks for clicking. Much love from this side. Today's videos are extra crazy, creepy, hilarious, name it all. Watch till the end and leave your comments. Positive vibes only, good energy, and lots of love. Let's dive in.
This next video comes from a bus driver in Singapore who had no idea that his day would start off with a very spooky encounter. It's 7 in the morning somewhere in Singapore when the driver of a large double-decker bus checks the security cameras of both decks inside the vehicle. On his dashboard, we can see live footage of what looks to be an empty bus, but upon looking closely, something pretty unnerving is seen on camera. Take a look.
Pagi dah buat seram ah. Kau tengok ni ya. Okey, kat atas ni ada orang kan. Iwak betul lah. Pagi dah buat seram ah. Abi boleh ada orang kat atas kan. Sial kan, tak ada orang kan. Berderau darah aku lah, celaka betul lah. Aku puas jeritkan dia suruh turun tadi kat dekat tempat turun orang. Nak bawa lah ke sini. Okey mak betul lah.
As if seeing someone in what is supposed to be an empty bus wasn't creepy enough, the bus driver checks around and finds no one inside. It appears that whoever or whatever was seen on camera had simply vanished. If no one had been inside the bus, then who or what was this?
So this is crazy. I just saw 2 cars crash and another plow into a tree. Now there's this crazy school bus driver. He is freaking out. He claims the kids on his bus just vanished. There he is. He's freaking out.
Okay. Slow down. I know you didn't get to action, you just told me that. Okay, the kids are gone. They're gone. I don't know where they went. How many kids total? 45, 50.
45.
Stand right there. Do it now.
So this guy's claiming that all the kids on his bus, like 45, 50 kids, he says, vanished. He's nuts, or he's going to prison. I mean, what's gonna happen? The parents of these kids finds out that their kid isn't coming home. This is madness.
Yo, that video about that bus and the missing kids. Do you think those videos is real or it's a certain movie that you have been promoting here? I don't know, but if it's not a movie, it's real. That's really scary, man. And I would like to know what's happening. It's something that you will be worried about if it's not a movie. But if it's a movie, those guys are some good actors and they're doing some good job. What do you think about it? Just keep watching and share love from wherever you are.
نه من الان باش میفرستم من تو واتساپ چیزی رو چی بفرستم خودت بفرست
During a 3-year investigation, I found that many pilots have described objects of substance and high speed. One case, pilots reported their plane was buffeted by an object which passed them at 500 miles an hour. Obviously, this was a solid object, and I believe it was from outer space.
As they took off, the sweep came around, hit the blip. The second, when it came around, it hit it again. That blip was 2/3 away off my radar scope. In order to get that far at a constant velocity was 17,000 miles an hour.
That white light at 3 miles goes out of sight within less than 2 seconds. And they say, don't worry about it. It's above 80,000 feet in those 2 seconds.
Well, That's scary. What are these drawings here? Oh, ancient drawings that look like real life failures or real life technology. What's this? Do you mean these ancient people are this wise? Or they had similar technology? Okay, what do you think about this, man? This is interesting. Yo, and these guys used to draw these things on stone. What were they using? They must have been very creative or have a very peculiar technology of drawing in stones, through stones. Drawing on stones, it can last longer. People in future generations can get them. And it's very hard to write on stone. You just can't imagine writing your name alone on stone with just ordinary tools like a fork. You know what's common. That's very hard. Oh my god. No, what's happening here? This jet. This looks like a jet that's going up. Each plane is only 8 feet apart. Wow. Look how down they're going. They're going simultaneously. Yo, man. This is interesting. Shit. Oh. Yo. Driving these things must be really fun, man. Next up.
Good evening. I've been a supporter of green energy and a keen environmentalist since my 20s. My office is solar powered, so I was mortified to discover that a single lithium mine causes millions of tons of waste every year laced with sulfuric acid and radioactive uranium, polluting the water supply for 300 years, not to mention the unacceptable human costs with child labour to mine cobalt. When I researched which solar panel to purchase, I did not for 1 minute consider it would be made by people trapped in razor wire enclosed labour camps, being exposed to large quantities of quartz dust which causes silicosis. Please note that the Ethical Consumer Organisation report that it is hard to avoid forced labour in the solar panel supply chain. Wind turbines, which last about 20 years, consume a colossal amount of resources and energy to manufacture and install, not to mention the blight and bird kill. They require diesel engines to start them up and then gallons of oil to lubricate, and they can't readily be recycled. Solar panels are also extremely difficult to recycle, costing more than the production of the panel, and lithium batteries pose steep challenges too. Add to that the human suffering, which we've all unwittingly been part of just by owning a laptop or mobile phone, which is minimal compared to what's required for an EV or solar farm. These so-called green or ethical solutions aren't solutions at all. Just very good marketing from the $1.5 trillion a year climate change industry. That's $4 billion a day, by the way. None of us can undo what's already been done, but what we can all do is make sure this doesn't escalate exponentially with fleets of unnecessary EVs and acres of solar farms eating up our precious farmland.
شوف البيت بريته مرة ها زين هاي وحدة هاي سويت منها 4 وفريتهن شوفي ها شوفي هذا ماشي هذا فيه زلال هذا نفس الماي الزلال نفس الماي ما أصلي شوفي هذا نايلون ترى ربل مو بيض ربل هذا مرة شوفي هذا ربل مو بيض
我家大哥溜达完回来了。
这啥呀？这是，搞这么多？你从哪里来的钱？
打劫！哎呦我的妈！
What you believe insulin does is wrong. Watch this.
Diabetics take shots of insulin, so insulin is known as the diabetes hormone. Really, what insulin is the energy storage hormone. Insulin takes glucose from the blood and also fats from the blood in the form of triglyceride and stuffs it in cells for a rainy day. So it will take glucose and put it into cells of the body, including fat, and it will take circulating triglyceride off VLDL and activate the enzyme on the surface of the fat cell called lipoprotein lipase, which will snarf lipid out of triglycerides and store it in fat. So basically, insulin does everything it can to increase your fat. Insulin makes fat. Period.
To anybody with a hidden cell phone, this is a heads up. FEMA will be conducting a test of the emergency broadcast system on October 4th, 2023 at 2:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Adjust your time zone accordingly. That alarm is going to go off no matter what your settings are. Make sure your hidden cell phone is turned completely off. And when you go turn it back on, make sure you're alone, sweetheart, okay? If you know, you know.
A national alert is going to be sent out over cell phones at 2:20 in the afternoon on October 4th. FEMA and the FCC are testing the emergency alert. If you have an extra phone hidden, like a domestic violence phone, be sure that phone is off. Ironically, October is also National Domestic Violence Awareness Month. You don't want the wrong people being aware of that phone. All the government had to do is call me. I would have let them know. Please let your family and friends know, because you never really know what kind of situation people are in. Be aware and be safe.
Lots of things have passed, and I've realized that people can use birds to steal or go and get money. Did you see that guy in that video that passed who used his bird to go and fetch money? How is that possible? How do you train your pet to do that? Is that legal? I doubt, but you tell me. It could be a nice way I could also teach my cat a few things here. Let's keep watching. Cat fakes injury to get in the house. That's a very hilarious. They have to create unnecessary drama sometimes. Now you see this cat just wants someone to feel mass for it and let it in the house. You feed it nicely. You know the way you treat your cat nicely when it's sick. You bring it those things that it's like. See, after entering it works smoothly. And then you wonder what's up with your cat. Does it have mental issues or what? See, she looks at you like, yo, what's up, guy? You thought that you didn't know this stuff? See this cat here. These animals are very interesting, but you should live well with animals. This is very fun. You see this cat, the way it's relaxed just to be pampered well, and see, it feels nice. Yo, man. Oh, these things are very interesting. Man, it just feels a lot of love. Oh, that's why they are this loyal to their owners, and it's very interesting. We should also treat animals well. That way you should be in harmony and peace with the universe too. And as much as you treat your neighbor well, you also treat animals.
Always the list. Please, God told me to ask y'all for help. I need your help. I need your help. I can't do it alone. I'm overwhelmed. I'm going crazy. And God, I beg you. I'm fighting this fight. And to other people, it's an impossible. It's not impossible. It's going to happen.
Listen, I'm not a crazy conspiracy theorist, but that is the sun going down over there. Am I correct about that? Now look at this. Directly behind me. What is that? I'm not a flat earther by any means, but that and that can't both be the sun. So what the hell is happening? There's nothing moving behind those clouds. It's just a big bright ball. And then that's the sun going down in the west by the ocean. So what the fuck?
Oh, what is this? Oh. Oh my god, what was that?